Hey, what's up? It's Connor. Welcome back to the channel. I recently had a chance to upgrade my main desk with a new desk. So instead of throwing away my old desk, I decided to create a whole new setup. With iPadOS 16 being in beta and publicly releasing soon, and also my love for the iPad, it made the most sense to create another iPad desk setup. iPadOS 16 is bringing some big features to the latest iPads, such as Stage Manager. And not only does Stage Manager bring a whole new way of multitasking, it also brings full external monitor support, making a dedicated iPad setup that much more worth it. For some quick context, the iPad in use is the 12.9-inch M1 iPad Pro. The desk that I'm using is the IKEA Lindemann kitchen countertop, paired with a single Alex drawer unit and two Atlas legs. My other Alex drawer unit is still at my main setup, so I picked up two Atlas legs to support the right side. I also put 3M down on the Alex drawer unit and attached the tabletop on top, which I did not do at my first setup, and wow, what a difference does it make. So if you're going to use Alex drawer units with a kitchen countertop, make sure to use some sort of 3M or something sticky to keep your tabletop attached to the Alex drawers. Now this entire setup is going to be powered through this video sponsor, Ugreen, and their 100-watt USB-C DigiNest power charging station. This power strip has 3 AC outlets, 3 USB-C ports, 1 USB-A port, and also has this convenient power button to cut and give power as you please. With the amount of ports available, you can charge any and all of your devices quickly and with ease. Now the first part of this desk setup is arguably the most important part of this setup, and that is the GroveMate desk shelf. The GroveMate desk shelf allows me to put all the items I need quickly in arm's reach, route cables throughout and behind, and also add some organization and structure to the setup. The Ugreen 100-watt USB-C DigiNest Pro charging station is the first piece of tech to be added to the setup. Next up is the monitor that I'll be using, and this is the LG 32-inch ultrafine Thunderbolt 3 display, and it's actually the display I used to use at my main setup. I just recently upgraded my main monitor to the LG 42C2 OLED, and if you guys are interested in a review and how a TV could work as a main desktop monitor, let me know in the comment section down below. The LG Ultrafine is a 4K IPS panel that offers 98% of the DCI-P3 color space and reaches 450 nits of brightness, making this a great and not so expensive match to the mini LED display found on the iPad Pro. This monitor also offers Thunderbolt 3, which makes this a one-cable solution for the iPad. Thunderbolt 3 allows the iPad to not only connect to the display, but also charges the iPad and gives additional I/O, like a USB-C port, as well as 2 USB-A ports. I don't plan on using this I/O at the moment, but I'm glad that it's there if I ever need to connect something like external storage or any peripherals. With the main fundamental pieces of this setup out of the way, and yes, there really only was 3 pieces to the setup, well 4 if you count the iPad, we can now start adding some accessories as well as start to tie everything together. Starting off with audio, I decided to go with a pair of headphones, which are the AirPods Max. Now these aren't the cheapest option, but since the main device is an iPad, I figured the AirPods Max will give me the best audio quality while also being the easiest to connect and work with. I also find these headphones to be extremely comfortable and I can really wear them for hours on end, so it was a great audio choice for this setup. If I ever did want to play music out loud though, I did add this OG HomePod because it was just kicking around and it had no use, so it's just a part of the setup. Now, every desk setup needs some sort of desk mat or mouse pad, and I find this to be one of the most important and crucial parts to any desk setup. The desk mat I decided to go with is this one from Orbitkey, and this is the classic Orbitkey desk mat featuring a leather top as well as a second layer made out of felt where you can store loose papers as well as notes. But something that's really neat about this desk pad in particular is that it's actually a collaboration between Orbitkey and Star Wars, and this is the Darth Vader variant. My favorite part about this desk mat though is that it has a magnetic top where you can store pens or pencils, and you can also add these magnetic clips to help keep your cables in place. I have one clip to hold down the cable that I'm using to plug into the display. This makes this really convenient to plug and unplug my iPad from the display. Then I also have this second clip where I have a charger plugged in. This is just a USB-C charger that I have on the left side to plug into the Magic Keyboard. If for some reason I don't want to connect to the display, or more notably, I want to charge my iPad overnight, I just keep this USB-C cable here to charge my iPad. And then of course, to go along with the iPad, I also have the Apple Pencil here, and the Apple Pencil is just a great accessory to pair with your iPad, whether you want to draw or take notes. It's just a great companion for your iPad. Speaking of accessories though, I also wanted to keep things really simple, and I'm just pairing the iPad with the Magic Keyboard. The Magic Keyboard offers, of course, a keyboard as well as a trackpad, and I find that there really isn't any better peripherals to pair with your iPad. There's just something so satisfying about the typing experience available on the Magic Keyboard, and also the trackpad just seems to work better than any other trackpad, unless of course it's Apple's Magic Trackpad. This also makes picking up and leaving the setup that much quicker, as I just unplug the iPad, close the lid to the keyboard case, and go. A few other things I have lying around is this USB-C to Lightning cable to charge either my AirPods Max or my iPhone. I thought about adding a dedicated iPhone charger to the setup, but considering the iPad and iPhone are so similar, I figured just leave my iPhone out of the setup, kind of be more distraction free, and if I ever did need something, I could always just use the iPad. To help tie in the Star Wars themed desk mat, I placed this Lego Mandalorian on the top right of the desk shelf, just to sort of add a bit of a personalization to the setup. And then going right under the Lego Mandalorian, I have this little white marble tray that I like to keep little accessories in, such as an AirTag, my wallet, and an SD card, mainly because I like to edit all my photos on the iPad, so having an SD card just in arm's reach, but also in the open, but also tucked away, is really convenient. Alright guys, that's going to basically wrap it up for this iPad desk setup. It is super minimal, it is super simple, but I kind of feel like that's the way you want to go with an iPad, because the iPad is so minimal setup, minimal device. It just goes hand in hand. And if you guys are interested in any of the products I talked about in this video, I'll make sure to leave a link to them in the description down below. Let me know what you guys think of this setup in the comment section down below, and if you would ever go ahead and create an iPad setup for yourself. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, give it a like and share it to a friend, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And until next time, peace.